Hello, my impatience. It is I, Andrew the Android Koloski here. I am live and I'm ready to talk to all of you. How art thou? So, basically, I just had a brief interaction with my mother. And I'm saying to her, you're obviously fucking lying to me. You're obviously fucking lying to me. And she's like, you're obviously very crazy. You're obviously mentally ill. I'm like, you're lying to me. I think the whole HIV scare and pharmacological abuse, and I think her and my stepfather got off sexually from, making my life a living hell. But just come out of this emotional. So not even if they did it, you know, basically it's like this artwork goes. I'll show it again. I said, how bad are their secrets? Is everyone lying to me? What are the hidden realities? Will I be angry when I discover the truth? Stop lying. Confess. Tell me the truth. Dr. Natural says, the good news is there are no secrets that your parents, family, and friends are keeping. The bad news is you're suffering from paranoia and delusions. Catch it, check it, change it. So toggle the switch off. So Pete's like, what's going on, big dog? Pizza Pasta's like, what's going on, big dog? Not much, Pete. Oh, 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 oh. So Mrs. Dr. Natural is just a hallucination. Maybe, guys. He was my doctor. He was my doctor. He's not my doctor anymore. Dr. Natural. He hasn't been my doctor since July of 2024. So, guys, in your honest opinion, do you think my mother is lying to me, or do you think she's being honest and transparent with me? In your honest opinion, do you think my mother is lying to me, or do you think she's being honest and transparent with me? Pizza Pasta says, I think your mother is trying to. I don't know. Maybe I should talk to a therapist about this, like a real medical health professional. I feel like my mother, father, and stepfather are all just fucking lying to me, and they refuse to take accountability for everything. They gaslight, they manipulate me, and they try to rewrite history. I mean, it's just frustrating. It's just so fucking aggravating and frustrating. I want the fucking truth, I want the fucking truth. Apparently they are telling me the truth, though. Apparently they are telling me the truth. Just tell me the fucking truth. Just be honest with me, Is anyone capable of being honest with me? It's not. So it's too bad you can't take her on some like daytime talk show like Jerry Springer. It's not even sensationalism, guys. It's just I want the fucking truth. I want accountability. I want her to say, yes, I pharmacologically abused you, and here's the reason why. Or no, I guess she has said no, she hasn't pharmacologically abused me, and she never had nefarious intentions when it came to me. I just don't believe it, though. I don't believe it. I don't believe her intentions were never nefarious. I just don't believe that. I think she, without a doubt, had nefarious intentions. Whatever. Whatever, guys. Whatever. I don't know. I need to get new towels. I'm not looking for a big sensationalistic screaming match and cursing match and, you know, pro wrestling righteous anger and screaming and cursing. I'm looking for just fucking honesty and transparency. I'm looking for people to not behave like narcissistic losers and talk like adults, basically. Not give receipts for something that took place 20 years ago. I'm looking for fucking honesty and transparency. And if they did, tell me, take accountability. Just tell me the fucking truth. Just tell me the fucking truth. I don't know. I just feel like my mother, father, and stepfather are all fucking lying. I feel like they're all fucking lying to me. But apparently it's not true. Apparently I'm coming to feelings of conviction about what I suspect are true. It's delusions, it's psychosis. Apparently my parents always had good intentions. I just don't fucking believe them. I just don't fucking believe them. My mother made me pork chops for dinner, which were pretty good. It was a good dinner. I mean, she's cooking me dinner. I mean, if she really hated me, why would she cook me dinner? I guess rest assured they are telling me the truth. Rest assured they are being honest and transparent with me. Rest assured it's really schizoaffective and delusional. Rusty says now he's got to hire 2 male hookers and beat them both. Rusty says, I'm making a monster out of him. Somebody said, somebody asked, do I think my mother deserves a second chance? Well, let's put it this way. If I discover, she made my life a living hell for the past 20 to 25 years, pharmacologically abused me, was trying to kill me from 2005 to 2011 while creating a facade, she was trying to help me. Let's say I come to the realization all my suspicions are true. I think, quite frankly, the best revenge is massive success and to live life well and to not get righteously angry and curse at them or punch a hole in the wall. The best revenge is, but I'll be so done with them. I'll never interact with them again. I'll get financially independent. I'll get successful, and I'll never interact with them again in my life. I'll never have another conversation with them again. If I find out it's true, I'll never have another conversation with my mother, father, and stepfather. I'll be done with them forever. I don't know if they'll even care, but frankly, that's what I'll do. I'll be completely done. Completely done. No screaming, no punching holes in the wall. I'll get independent and just be completely done, completely silent. Never interact with them again. Somebody says, no punching holes in the wall, laughing my ass off, liar. No, I mean, honestly, because if I did that, it would lead to jail, the psychiatric hospital, or someplace bad. You know, that's what they want. They want me to react in a righteous rage where I start trashing my apartment. They want me to scream and curse at them, you know? That way they could justify it and say I'm the monster. But if you give them silence, if you give them no reaction and you end the relationship forever, well, that's the best. The best revenge is complete silence, no reaction, and having no relationship with my mother, stepfather, and father forever and ever. That's the best. That's the best ending here. Just completely ending my relationship with them forever. Somebody says, "Indeed, indeed." But unfortunately, at the moment, I'm still financially dependent on them. So it's not that easy, you know. But that's assuming they had nefarious intentions to pharmacologically abuse me. That's assuming their intentions were premeditated and nefarious. Maybe they always had good intentions when it came to me, you know, but I don't believe they did. I just don't believe they did. So he says, have a strong silent side, be a man. No punching holes, no cursing at them. Just give them the cold shoulder and be fucking done with them. You know? But that's assuming they did it, of course. So he says Amazon is hiring. Obviously, I don't want to work at Burger King flipping burgers, you know, but say Amazon is hiring. Yeah, I guess social media is not my ticket to freedom, independence, riches, and fame. Somebody says Andrew's too good. Somebody says sell some more spicy content, Andrew. Well, let's see. Let's be right back, guys. Let's see who texted me. Someone says Taco Bell needs people like me. Anybody want me to set up my DSLR and do some performances? Maybe that will cheer me up. Or do you want me to talk on this live stream? Anybody want me to set up the DSLR and do some performances? I know Some people say that's lazy content. Dave says no, no. So he says, let's talk about your feelings. All right, we'll have a therapy session. We'll continue with this therapy session. So, what about my feelings, guys? What about it? So he says, what makes you happy? That's a good question. Well, I like going to the gym. A good workout cheers me up. Um, obviously, I like creating videos and social media content. That usually, I mean, I do it in excess. I mean, obviously, I don't do it in moderation. But I like creating social media content and going live and talking to people and creating artwork at the art class. I like the friends that I made in the art class in NAMI, for example. I mean, like Mark. I really like Mark, and I really need more interpersonal relationships. I think when I'm hanging out with Mark, it's really a lot of fun. Um, um, you know, um, I think I need more interpersonal relationships. Maybe I need a job too. I know. We say I'm too good to work at a supermarket or a fast food restaurant or as a waiter or as a barista, but you know, maybe I should try to get a job at the supermarket. Somebody says, "Do I think the relationship with Mark could go further? Even if it doesn't go further, even if me and Mark are just friends, at the end of the day, I mean, Mark is my best friend. I mean, at the moment, at least, my only friend, really. I mean, I have some people I met at NAMI, but really, Mark is my best and only friend. So, I mean, I want it to go further. Obviously, I want to be more than just friends, but ultimately, Mark is like my best and only friend. I mean, I did like Sam, but I don't know what happened. He seems like he's had enough. It seems like he's moved on, and that's fine. Um, you know, I mean, I have other friends too, but I think really the only friend at the moment I have, and I don't see Mark every week, but maybe I should text Sam. Maybe I should text Sam and say, hey, buddy, what's going on? Want to hang out? I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened there. Maybe I said something or did something. Um, but I like Sam. To be honest with you, I mean, Mark is just so he says leave Sam be. It's for the best. Yeah, I guess. I mean, he still reaches out to me on social media. He still says things to me like, "Oh, night looking good, buddy," and it makes me want to hang out with him. But you know, he doesn't seem like he wants an in life relationship with me. I mean, not to say. I mean, obviously, a friendship. I shouldn't have said relationship. Relationship implies that I'm looking for romance from him when that's really not the case. But friendship doesn't look like he wants an in person friendship with me, and that's okay. I mean, I liked him. I genuinely liked him, but it doesn't seem like that. It seems like that friendship is over. Horn Dog says, "Tell the truth." What do you want me to tell the truth about, Horn Dog? We're doing a therapy session here. We're doing a therapy session. No, I'm talking about Sam. I am friends with Mark. I, I am friends with Mark. Me and Mark are buddies. Mark and I are buddies. Mark is my best and only friend, really. So, um, yeah, Mark is great. Mark is great. So he says, "What's your favorite thing about Mark?" Um, I think the fact how easy Mark is to talk to, how non-judgmental Mark is, how low key and calm Mark is. how Mark is almost we're both into artwork. We're both into creating artwork, which is cool, which is really cool. We have similar interests, you know, um, you know. Let's see who texted me here. Lily asks, Andrew, why did you give yourself a swirly? Did you do that because you wanted to, or did someone tell me to do that? Someone offered me, somebody told me to do that on OnlyFans, and they said they liked when I was degrading myself, and I mean, somebody told me to do that. Lily asks, did you actually want to do that? I mean, they told me to do that, and they offered me, a tip on OnlyFans if I did it. So I guess it was my choice ultimately. But it was some sicko who was getting off, and it was some sicko who was getting off and enjoying my suffering. I mean, I could read to you the conversation. I mean, they said they enjoyed watching me degrade myself. Somebody says, if somebody wants me to read the conversation to them, okay, I'll go on OnlyFans. Hold on. Let's not get the reflection on. I'll read to you the conversation here. Okay, one sec. Okay. Can you see my? Okay, so here we go. So this person says, "Am I able to pay you to do what I want?" I said, "Hello, who is this? What's your age, gender, and location? What do you mean by that? What do you want to see?" They said, "Hi, Andrew. I am 28, female from Rockville Center. I would like to request a photo from you in ghosty, GOATSTY, with a dildo in your mouth with my name written on your forehead." I said, "I don't have a dildo. How about a banana? How much will you tip for the photo? What's your name?" They said, "Hi, Andrew. My name is Christine." That would work as well. Would you be willing to give me just a taste for free? I asked, "Do you have a photo, Christine?" She said, "That's not how this works, silly. I need to know you're for real. I feel vulnerable." I asked her, "Want to watch me go live?" She said, "As long as you have a banana in your mouth, I would love to." I said, "Okay, I'll go live now." She said, "I'll be waiting, handsome." I said, "The audio is working." She said, "I think it was on my end. I fixed it now." She said, "I'm so wet after watching you degrade yourself for mama. I think you should take that photo now." I said, "Thanks. You swear you're a woman?" She said, "Of course, sweetheart." I asked, "How are you tonight?" She said, "Just waiting for that photo of you in that pose we discussed. I'll send a nice tip for it. I also want you to put on face paint and take a picture of yourself. I also want you to put on face paint and take a picture of you giving yourself a swirly. That would make me so hot and wet." I said, "To be honest, there's not a lot of motivation for me to send the photo. I went live earlier and you didn't tip. How do I know you're not just looking to get an embarrassing photo?" She said, "I was just looking to get a taste. Now I want the whole sandwich. And plus, you aren't embarrassed by the photos you already took. You get a tip after the photo. Mama doesn't disappoint." I said, "I actually took the photo, but I'm reluctant to send." She said, "Mama is so proud. She wants to take care of you, but she needs to see the photo before she can send the sugar." I said, "About the swirly pics. I didn't have face paint, so I used shaving cream. She said, "You make mama so happy, baby boy. I'm sure I can't wait to be pleasuring myself to you." I said, "How much are you willing to pay for the photos? I'll set a price when I send. Trust me, they're good." She sent a tip of $5. "These are just what I was looking for. Mama is very proud. This is just a taste of the sugar Mama is looking for." I said, "Thanks for the tip." She said, "Now that you know Mama delivers, I need you to pose like a horse wearing women's underwear or sit on the couch with your legs crossed tightly like a woman. That would make Mama so wet and hot." I said, "Well, I don't have women's underwear for the obvious reasons, so I won't be doing that. I can get on all fours, though. Also, crossing my legs tightly I can do, but you'll have to wait until tomorrow. I'm not creating content tonight. I look bloated. I ate a big dinner. I need to take photos on an empty stomach, LOL." She said, "Mama doesn't care what you look like. You better do it tonight or Mama's going to be very disappointed with you. Just make sure you close your legs so tightly that you pop your bole cysts. I want it now." And I sent a photo. She said, "So sexy, you little toddler. How does it make you feel to do this?" I said, "I'm a bit of an exhibitionist, so fine." She said, "I think you should dress up like a dog and cover yourself with shaving cream again." I said, "Not tonight, maybe tomorrow." She said, "Mama is very proud of you." I said, "Thanks." She said, "Andrew, I have a question about your YouTube channel. Why did you upload a video on July 30th, 2024 in face paint screaming about being rich and famous?" I sent another photo. She said, "Good boy, Mama approves of this. You've been a very good boy. Mama will enjoy pleasuring herself tonight." I said, "Do you like the photos today?" She said, "That's Mama to you. And yes, you were a good boy today, doing what Mama told you to do. Now I want you to cover your whole body in shaving cream and spell worthless whore on your chest." And I did that. I said, "Okay, Mama, will you send any more tips? You said I was a good boy." She said, "Listen here, good boy. Mama wants you to put your head in the toilet with a plunger on your head, so you will be plunging that little turd that you are, and Mama will love to give you the sugar then." So that's basically the conversation we had so far. She wants me to stick my head in the toilet and put a plunger on my head. I don't think I'm going to do that though. Worthless whore got no tips. So it says, "Please change your Discord name to Worthless Whore." Somebody says, "Do it. You already degraded yourself. Put the plunger on your head. Put your head in the toilet." Well, the plunger's probably unclean, you know. Somebody says, "She likes it, obviously." Somebody says, "What if, hypothetically speaking, someone were to send these photos to your mother or father?" I don't care. Somebody says, "She was definitely getting off to your suffering." This woman from Rockville Center, 28, who calls herself Mama. She was definitely getting off to your suffering. No, that's for sure. Somebody says, "Dude, you already put your head in the unclean toilet. You should plunge yourself like the little shit I am," like she says. But yeah, I'll do it tomorrow after the gym when I'm about to take a shower if I do it. Somebody says, "Do you own a plunger?" Yes, I own a plunger, Erie. Yes, I own a plunger. Somebody says, "Do I like doing this for Mama?" Well, I mean, I'm a bit of an exhibitionist, but I would really like more tips on OnlyFans, really. there's really not a lot of motivation for me to stick my head in the toilet and put a plunger on my head, you know? Somebody says, do you like being masochistic and degrading yourself for this mama? To be quite honest with you, yes, I actually do, for whatever reason. Um, I mean, obviously. Somebody says, does mama give you the tizzy feeling? Somebody says, I feel like this mama lady metaphorically raped you, buddy. Maybe. I don't know if that's true or not. Metaphorically, of course, metaphorically. Somebody says, how far will this go? You know, I don't really know. Somebody says, all your high school bullies are laughing at you. You're a laughing stock with no dignity, Andrew. You're a laughing stock with no dignity. Somebody says, you really showed the bullies. You really showed the bullies. Somebody says, they're definitely laughing at those pics and not getting off. Have dignity, have self-respect. You know. Somebody says, you tar and feathered yourself, buddy. I know. I'm sure the the person claims to be 28 years old, and you got to be of age, you know, consenting of age and alive, non biologically related to be on OnlyFans, and you got to have they had to have a credit card or a debit card to send me the tip. So I'm sure the person's of age, but um, you know, still, it's not good, you know. Somebody says a 28-year-old Dommy mommy for a 37-year-old. Somebody says this is funnier than any of your stand-up routine, Andrew. Somebody says you are basically a spicy content porn star, Andrew. All right. So would if you were me, would you take the plunger picture or no? That's the next one. That's the next one she requested. She wants me to give myself a swirly with the plunger on my head. Horn Dog says definitely take the pictures. Definitely take them. Chiba Chiba says, yeah, I'd take the pictures. Major Vindia says, hell yeah, Andrew. Somebody says, she gets pleasure from it, so why not? Somebody says, I don't think any of this would have happened if he just cracked open a book every once in a while. All right, guys. Any more questions, or does that about cover it? So he says, "Am I happy with myself?" Um, so he says, "Does your mother know you're on OnlyFans?" To be honest with you, I'm assuming my mother and father know I create spicy content. My father has mentioned it before, but they don't acknowledge it with me ever. They don't talk to me about it. They just pretend like I don't do it. Somebody says, "We need a book about your life, Andrew." Somebody says, "Have you ever had a good?" I don't have conversations with my mother, father, and stepfather. We don't communicate. We don't have, you know, I feel unheard by them. We just don't communicate our feelings and talk. We don't have good conversations. I don't have good conversations with my mother, father, or stepfather. None of them. None of them hear me or listen to me. I don't think we're going to get another burst my bubble anytime soon. My mother basically said, "I'm done creating these videos with you." I mean, is it possible it could happen again? Yeah, I guess so. Anything's possible, but I don't think you're going to be getting a burst my bubble or Poppy and the Wild Man or Mama and the Wild Man anytime soon. So, just keep that in mind. I don't think that's happening anytime soon. So, I mean, maybe a Casa de Poppy when I go up there and we do one of the live streams. They basically cut me off. You know, they don't want to do it anymore with me. So I think though that ship has sailed. Those days are done. We're not getting Mom and the Wild Man, Burst My Bubbles, and Poppy and the Wild Men's anymore. She does still cook me dinner. She does still cook me dinner, as you know. I'm still financially dependent on my parents. Somebody says if you should. I mean, I know how to make tuna fish. I know how to get peanut butter. I know how to buy fast food. So I would eat, but I mean, I wouldn't. My mother makes me. I mean, like the dinner tonight was pork chops with red cabbage and what was with the red cabbage? I mean, pork chops, red cabbage. There's something else I had too. What did I have for dinner? Pork chops, red cabbage, and yeah. I mean, but it was pretty good. It was pretty healthy, so it wasn't a bad dinner. It wasn't a bad dinner. Yours says you're a vegetable mind. You can't even remember what you had for dinner at less than an hour ago. I guess you're right. I guess you're right. A horn dog asks, "Do I think I'm really a vegetable mind? Maybe I'm like Brian Wilson in the 1980s or like Ozzy Osbourne. I definitely do think I have neurological damage. Um, but am I a complete vegetable mind? Am I in a vegetative state? Um, no. I mean, I hope I can be independent and function as an independent man. I hope I'm not a vegetable mind. So he says, "Do you think you're a vegetable mind because you don't read or do anything intellectually stimulating?" So he says, "Do you think you're the smartest man at NAMI?" I don't. No, not really. There's actually a lot of intelligent people at NAMI. Um, I don't know. So he says, "The brain is a muscle. You need to exercise your brain. Exercise your brain. So he says, who is the best NAMI bowler? There's some people who are pretty good at bowling, and definitely not me. I'm one of the worst, but I've gotten better since practicing it every month. I don't think I'm the worst, but I'm one of the worst. I mean, I enjoy going there and socializing with the people and hanging out, so it's fun. Erie says, I bet your friend Mark is better than you at bowling. Maybe, I don't know. It's possible. I know Mark bowls, so Mark is probably pretty good. Mark is probably pretty good at bowling. So he says, could Mark shove you in a locker? I don't know. Mark and I have like a wholesome friendship. Mark and I are friends, you know. All right. Let's change the topic for Mark, please. I don't want to talk about my friend. Um, so, do you guys have any last questions or comments or anything like that? So he says, let's talk about the date you went on several weeks ago. And it's possible the date I went on several weeks ago from that woman who is from Stony Brook, it's possible that's Mama, and she's the one who's bullying me through OnlyFans. Yeah, I'm very suspicious it's actually her. Um, I'm pretty sure that's who Mama is. I don't know that for a fact. I don't know who Mama is, but I'm pretty sure it's that woman who I went on a date with from Stony Brook. Dave says bingo. And Horn Dog says I think it's her. So do I. That's who I think it is too. To be honest with you, that's who I think it is too. Quite frankly. It's like somebody says, do you care that they are trolling you? I mean, they are getting off. Somebody says, do you remember her name? You should ask her. I think her name was Alice. Somebody says, they are definitely laughing at you. They are not laughing with you. Somebody says, it's definitely Alice and those two guys. They're cyberbullying you, basically. They're laughing at you. Probably. That's probably who it is. So he says, I mean, you do it. It's not really cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is wrong. I mean, you did it, Andrew. I mean, they're kind of laughing at you and getting off from your pain and suffering, and they claim that they liked watching me degrade myself, but I'm doing it. It's more cyber stalking. Dave says, agreed. Erie says, they're definitely laughing at you. Major Vindia says, I would do the plunger pick. Why not? Why not go all in? Why not go all in? Maybe I'll do it tomorrow after the gym. Chiba says, who cares if they laugh at you, Andrew? Out of sight, out of mind. Did I unblock you, Chiba? I guess I unblocked Chiba, and Chiba is back in the house. We got Chiba back. So it says unblock Chiba on Discord. So he says, okay, I'll give you the Discord link. We'll get Chiba back. Invite people, copy link. I don't know why people want to join my community, but okay, there you go. Rejoin if you want, and I'll add you. Erie says, your outfit looks like something I would buy for a child at the Children's Palace, like a middle schooler. We got Rebuilding Me. Hey, Rebuilding Me, how art thou? How art thou? Somebody says, did you want to date Alice? I mean, I went on a date with Alice. And she ended the date, but I went on a date with her. Hey, Brandon, how you doing? How art thou, Brandon? Somebody says, what is my experience with psychosis? Yeah, obviously I'm diagnosed with schizoaffective disorder. I suffer from delusions and psychosis. I mean it's pretty well documented at this point. I often can't tell what's fantasy and what's reality. The line between fantasy and reality gets blurred in my mind. I was bullied throughout middle and high school. I didn't really develop my social skills. I was isolating in my 20s and 30s. So, yeah. And my parents didn't hear me, and I learned to seek comfort in a delusional daydream world, a delusional daydream world, a fantasy world, alone in my head. Brandon says, you are so cute. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you. We got somebody who says, I can relate. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, interpersonal relationships, financial independence is the way to go. Ugh. Horn Dogs. So he says, "Do I think OnlyFans is my ticket to fame? I think my YouTube is. I think my artwork is. I think my social media content is. Not specifically OnlyFans, though. All right, guys, you got any more? Erie asks, is the swirly picture a metaphor for how you flushed 37 years down the toilet? Yeah, I know Dr. Natural used to say, Andrew, you've poured your life down the drain. Take responsibility and make your life happen. Take accountability, take responsibility. You flushed your life down the drain. You flushed your life down the toilet. Yeah, I think I discovered what the cysts actually are since I don't shave below my neck. I think the hair when I run, gets in the underwear and it develops these cysts. Yeah, so I think obviously, if I were to shave below my neck, I think it would probably help. Um, so he says Dr. Garrett kind of contradicted himself at some points. Don't you think? Yeah, I think he really did. I don't think it's like what he said was always gospel. Yeah. I definitely think Dr. Garrett did, or Dr. Natural did contradict himself from time to time. So he says you should also fire Dr. Copland for relying on meds too much. I was definitely over medicated, and I feel like I was pharmacologically abused by my mother and father and Dr. Copland. But I want to fire Dr. Copland, to be honest with you, and move on. But my mom, I can't find another doctor at the moment, so you know, just my mother wants me on at least Abilify 10 milligrams. So, you know. So he says, Andrew, get a beer or a hard seltzer and let's it's Friday nights. Get a beer, Andrew, and let's party tonight. Let's party tonight on the live stream. That's a good idea. Maybe I'll get a beer tonight. I know my mother says, "Nah, don't get a beer. I'll kick you out of the house." So maybe I won't. Horn Dog says it's Friday night. Get a beer and don't tell her. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Maybe it's time to party. Crack open a nice beer. Beer. Somebody says, your mother is trying to stop you from having beer experiences. Somebody says, it's time to party and perform for the inpatients. It's time to party. Hey, Vitamin D, howdy. How art thou, Vitamin D? You know, rebuilding, he says, people aren't being helpful to you, Andrew, and these people don't have good intentions. Yeah, maybe I need a professional social worker or psychologist or psychiatrist to talk to, a mental health professional. Maybe relying on dipshits on the internet isn't the best idea. Maybe getting therapy sessions from random dipshits online isn't really the Erie says, you know, what your cysts look like monkeypox. All right, Erie, if you don't like them, you know, what are you going to do? No, I like my cellmates or inpatients. I didn't mean to call my inpatients dipshits. I mean, I guess the point was, you know, you're not trained medical professionals. I was being a little dramatic there. I'm sorry for calling you guys dipshits. You know, you're not dipshits. You're my inpatients. You but obviously, when you get mental health advice, get it from trained medical professionals. You know. You feel me? You catch my drift, or am I being obtuse? Somebody says that our new name should actually be the Dipshits. I like the Inpatients better, but actually the Dipshits does have a little bit of a ring to it. The Dipshits. Hello, my Dipshits. Pizza Pasta says, in all fairness, I am kind of a dipshit, Andrew. I am kind of a dipshit. I don't mean harm. I'm actually, believe it or not, I'm actually a sweetheart. I'm actually a really goody two shoes. I'm actually a really sweet guy in real life. So I wouldn't say it to your face. No, I'm just venting into a camera. Erie says, ha 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 ha. Erie. Somebody says, Andrew's not a mean-hearted person. I'm really not. They said Andrew's just been tortured for years and is suffering. That is very much the truth. That is very much the truth. So that is very much the truth, guys. I'm suffering, but it's gonna get better. It's gonna be like I'm like Aaron Lewis from Stained. I don't know who gets that fucking reference, but basically he's a tortured rock star. And soon it's gonna be like the song "So Far Away." My life's gonna be really good. I'm gonna be in Hollywood movies. I'm gonna be a millionaire and billionaire. The best is yet to come. The best days of my life are ahead of me. Somebody says they turned a kind boy into a dark monster. Yeah, and it's time. You really think I'm a dark monster? You really think I'm a dark monster? Horn Dog says sometimes I get scared. Rebuilding me has. Have you ever tried Haldol? I've never tried Haldol. Rebuilding me. All right, guys, I've done over an hour now. Should I go get a beer and come back and do some more? Should I go get some alcohol? So he says, yes. Pizza Pasta says, a beer stream. You need to get a beer, Andrew. Go get a beer. All right. So he says, do it. Do it. Go get the fucking beer, Andrew. Erie says, she'll grab a beer too. So he says, get a 6-pack. All right. Looks like we're having a beer stream tonight. All right. Peace out, guys. I'll be back. I'll be back with some alcohol.